Women with careers working in finance and STEM, any 9 to 5 job, technical operations, working in healthcare, you have skills that most creators don't. The reality is, a lot of big creators right now have never worked a 9 to 5 job. They don't have the same experiences that you have. They don't possess the same grit as you do. On top of a technical skill, which most of you possess, you also have structure and what most people take for granted, emotional intelligence. If you've ever thought to yourself, I want to start, but I don't know where, then this video is for you. Today, I'll show you how career women are uniquely positioned to enter the creator economy and be successful. How I turned years of corporate experience into content. And 3 simple steps that you can use today to start without quitting your job. Let's get into it. Over 2 years ago, when I lost my father, everything shifted for me, as it does for most people in this circumstance. I realized how fragile time is, and I started asking myself questions about my purpose and reflected on how I'm living my life. Am I living in a way that truly brings me joy? Am I connecting to something bigger than me? I was successful on paper, but I was seeking something more meaningful, not to escape my career, to express myself more. Because when we ask ourselves these questions, we realize there are parts of us that want to be expressed. I didn't know where to start, but I believed that if I started taking action, the clarity would come. I decided that I would start creating before I felt ready. According to Edelman's trust barometer, people trust individuals with experience 7 times more than they trust influencers. Just because someone has a lot of followers or a lot of likes doesn't mean that people actually trust them. Firstly, you already understand human behavior. Corporate dynamics are psychology training. Presenting is storytelling. Managing stakeholders is mapping out your audience. And team leadership is community building. Neuroscience backs all of this up. The prefrontal cortex prefers competency plus relatability. Career women are built for this because we get to practice this in real life, not just in front of a camera every single day. You have the skills that most creators lack. The consistency, the building systems, the critical thinking and problem solving that we have to do before lunchtime, your ability to make decisions on the fly and think strategically are going to be your greatest assets. The continuous practice that you get, you've been taking for granted all along. LinkedIn data has shown that professional knowledge-based content is getting 2 to 4 times more views than average posts. Third biggest reasons why you will be successful in the creator economy. You're not an already curated, aesthetic, perfect package. That's the old age of influencer. People are craving authenticity, craving something that in exchange for their time provides them something valuable that will get them ahead in life, that will help them with their goals. The creator economy is starving for substance. If you want a good example of a creator who's outpaced other influencers in just a few years, look at Layla Hormozi. She didn't come online as a traditional influencer. She came online with years of business experience. She's just breaking down complex and ambiguous topics, making them very simple for other people to replicate in order to grow in their business or in self-mastery. What sets her apart is her authenticity. As the age of the influencer is dying, the creator economy has also shifted. Goldman Sachs predicts that the creator economy will be over 480 billion by 2027. Future is not for creators, it is for experts. According to Deloitte, one of the largest global consulting corporations, over 62% of people prefer educational content than entertainment. That's where you come in. If you're sitting at your desk and you're wondering, where do I start? You don't need to become someone else. You just need to start extracting value from where you're already sitting. Here are 3 steps that you can take. The first step is to decide your creator identity. This is not your niche. Most women get stuck because they think that they need to pick a niche immediately, but what they need to pick is an identity. Here are 3 proven identities that you can choose from to start. One of the most popular is the educator. You teach what you know. These could be industry insights. They could be soft skills. They could have to do with mindset. Another is the leader. The leader will share their identity shifts. Talk about self-mastery, feminine leadership. Give the audience a front row seat into the internal growth behind your success. Not just the highs, but also the lows, because you want to show your realness in your process. The third popular identity is the builder. Here you document your journey, the transitions, and the lessons. The builder is how every icon has started. From Alex Hormozi to Ali Abdaal, they all shared their journey before they actually had it figured out. Remember, just as I said earlier, the clarity comes from doing, it comes from motion. After you selected your identity, then you want to start with a low effort platform. I know that you've heard this before, but the reason is that your nervous system cannot handle overwhelm when you're starting something new. Securing small wins at the start is what's going to help you feel safe and allow you to continue being visible. I wish that I started simple. Start with TikTok or Instagram if you prefer. I would highly recommend TikTok because it's easier for growth. Start with 25 to 40-second posts. You don't need to post every day. Start with something doable like 2 or 3 times a week. Record with your back camera, use good natural lighting, maybe get yourself a small cheap ring light and a tripod, and that's all you need to get started. No aesthetics, no fancy gear, no perfection. Your first 30 pieces are not your brand. They're just data. For the final step, I wish I knew this before. Examples of content that you're going to talk about are the mistakes that you've made, how you developed a major skill like confidence at your job, a mindset shift that led to you getting promotion, more money, or earning a new title. The third step is one I wish that I knew when I first started. And it's taking your corporate skills and turning it into your signature content. Some examples of this: 3 mistakes that I see commonly made in, and then insert the industry. Finance, tech, could be general corporate. Another great one is 1 lesson from my industry that everyone should know. Your career becomes your content, and your content becomes your brand. Your brand becomes your business. This is the bridge from your 9 to 5 job to financial autonomy. Everything that you've been through and what you're currently going through on the daily becomes your curriculum. Your curriculum becomes your content, and the content is how you connect to your audience. The connection that you're building is going to form an impact, and eventually that will become income. If you're a woman with a career, I'm going to tell you something that you are not hearing often enough, and that's that you are not starting from zero. You are starting with experience and an intelligence that's going to help you through this journey. The creator economy is no longer looking for the most aesthetic person in the room. People are looking for substance. You don't need to quit your job. You don't need to look perfect. You just need to start. I'll see you in the next video.